Hi, my name is Mike Heiner from Strategic Asset Protection, and in today's video I wanted to talk about what type of planning you can do if you're actually an individual or somebody that's single. 9 times out of 10 what you would normally do is you would just set up a simple basic will and you would distribute your assets to your beneficiaries through your simple basic will, which ultimately just places the assets into the estates of your beneficiaries, which then means that they become attackable to the attackable events such as the care fees, the creditor claims, the generational inheritance tax, the future divorces, and so on and so on. So what can you do to protect the assets that you've created? Well, instead of actually giving them away through a basic will, what you can do is set up what we call a discretionary trust of residue. What this does is that when you pass away, your assets, your home, cash that you've got, other assets that you may well have, will all fall into your discretionary trust of residue. So now we've actually given those assets the full protection that they ultimately needed. Your beneficiaries of this trust will come to the trust and they will loan the assets to themselves from the trust. And because it's in the form of a loan, those assets then won't actually form part of their estate for inheritance tax purposes, but also because they don't form part of their estate and because they don't own those assets that were in the trust, that you placed into the trust, they're not attackable. You can't attack assets that you don't actually own. So just by setting up a simple discretionary trust of residue and having your assets pass into that discretionary trust of residue on death, we've protected the assets that you ultimately would have just given away to your beneficiaries. This trust also qualifies for the residence nil rate band and also qualifies for your nil rate band as well. I hope you found that interesting.